Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Vanslyke fan here. I'm back after a little brief time away. So today, in my first trip back in probably several weeks, we're going to do a new product release. I've been seeing a few of these open on YouTube, Stuff Geeks, and then I saw the photo or the first off the line box by Dad and Daughters, and I've seen a couple other channels posting stuff. As you guys know, I've posted a lot of this from last year, 2024, had schemes on the box. So I'm really all about doing some, doing the unlicensed stuff, the Donruss, the Select, the Prism, the Panini products. But first we're going to do a mail day. And this is something that I got this quite a few weeks ago, and again, it's been about 2 weeks since I've even ripped cards. So I do want to open the mail day. So we'll hold off on the Donruss for right now. And the first mail day piece is a huge PC hit. And so I'm really happy about this. So you'll be seeing a lot of this on the channel. And as my namesake is Vanslyke fan, and as you guys know, I'm a big Andy Vanslyke fan. So doing some digging around, and I was able to find this card here. And this is a 1 of 1. Saw this card, and I got participate in an auction and picked it up. So 1 of 1 of Andy Vanslyke. This is out of a Leaf series, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was last year's product. So Sports Heroes, I'm gonna put that right back there. And then I was able to pick up another one. Now these two I've opened because I just wanted to see them and check them out. But the other ones, there's one for mail day today that I'm gonna take a look at that, and here's another one. And the 1 of 1 moniker is down here at the bottom. It's another Andy Vanslyke card. Let me pull this off so we can get a full appreciation of the card. Really love that I got 2 1 of 1s of my favorite player. And the thing about it, I was looking around online, and there was a couple. I mean, some of these cards are, like there was a press proof or something like this one. This says press pass. And then there was a couple that was like pre-press proof or something like that. They were just a little, I didn't really kind of bid on those. I didn't know what those were, but these, I was really happy to pull up. So here's another one. I don't know, to be honest with you guys, and you guys, I've seen enough of your channels to know that a lot of times everybody orders stuff that they really forget what they order. And this is going to be one of those cases. And so, can't remember exactly what this is. And you know what, I do love opening things because sometimes you just don't really know how things are going to be packaged. And so this is kind of odd. I've seen this kind of stuff before. So bear with me as I try to get through some of this stuff. I've really been hot on WNBA lately, and some of the rookies that are coming out, like Paige Beckers, really like seeing Sonia Citron play, Haley Van Lith, and a couple more of those guys playing, of course, Caitlin Clark. Really been looking to get a lot of Caitlin Clark stuff lately. So I really don't know what this could be. this could be, I mean, anything, to be honest with you. It could be another Vanslyke card that I don't know. Actually, it could be I've been invested in, or not really investing, but just buying some things for the channel because I'd like to, you know, really start to kind of put out some things out there that I really like. And so that's pretty interesting. Some cardboard. Got some ding defenders. Probably can reuse these. I do have my own kind of ding defenders that I use, but I do like these. So been doing a lot of searching around for one of my other favorite players, Jason Kendall. And Jason Kendall was a catcher for the Pirates way back long ago. And he wore number 18 right after Andy Vanslyke left. So, big Jason Kendall fan as well. So I've been picking up some of his autos, and you'll see some of those open. Oh, this is a Jackson Merrill. I didn't card. So if you guys have seen me open up some Jackson Merrill before, or actually some Donruss 2023. Jackson Merrill was the rated prospect in there, along with Ellie De La Cruz and Jason Dominguez. So I've been picking up a couple of his cards lately because, you know, Jackson Merrill's one of those guys. Now, trust me, I did not pay $30 for this. This probably was like a $2 card or something like that because, again, you can go out there and this is Donruss. This is an unlicensed product. So, yeah, I didn't see this when I first got it. That there was somebody put a sticker on the top loader. So this is Jackson Merrill. It's a kind of an insert card. And again, out of his, the Donruss 2023, you'll see a lot of his stuff in there. And I've got quite a few cards like this, not the same one, but of the same parallel, different parallels of the same product, I should say. So we'll put Jackson up there so he can kind of monitor this rip. I guess it's kind of apropos that we have a Donruss submission. Let's do this. I know this is another 1 of 1. Let's put Andy over here. Let's put Jackson here so he can monitor our Donruss opening for today, and we'll get into this box. Sorry it's taking me a little long to get into it. I know we want to rip, and now it's time for some card action. So I was really anticipating this product coming out. Really happy to be able to do this. Actually, I still have some more of last year's product. Not much. Not much. That's if you go back and look at the $9.99, the last video I posted, that's what this is. So same concept, right? So 90 cards in a box. You're going to have 15 packs, 6 cards per 6 packs, 15 cards per pack. And looks like Travis Bazzana is our poster boy this year. So again, as you guys have seen when you opened this before, there's a lot of parallels, there's a lot of color, there's a lot of, you know, different things in here that, you know, I really like a lot. So this is the new design. So this is Jim Rice. And again, a lot of vets in here. It's an unlicensed product. You're going to have some prospects in here. And I've been noticing something. And when I get to the card, I've noticed that some of them say rated prospect versus rated rookie. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So first card out is Jim Rice. And I did see that these were turned around. There's Jack Wilson, Kumar Rocker. And I'm starting to see an insert back there. Ryan Braun, The Moose, Mike Messina. Bert Campaneris, it's an old timer. Sammy. And we got Billy Martin. Wow, he used to be, I don't know if you guys remember the old, was it Miller Lite commercial? Less filling tastes great. Billy Martin was a Yankees manager back in the day, and he was always in there. He was always getting tossed out and stuff like that. So we got Greg Maddux, and here's our first insert is Luis Baez, and that looks like looks like rockets on there, rocket ships. So we probably want to take the time to put some plastic around Luis Baez here, and go ahead and take care of that card. I was unprepared, didn't have my sleeves open. I apologize. I'm a little rusty, folks. It's been a couple weeks. So we'll put Luis Baez in some plastic. We got Spencer Jones on the turnaround card, and got something back there shiny. That rated prospect card of Chase Burns, who's up with the big club, I think, and he had a fantastic outing. Spencer Jones, rated prospect, and then we got a Christian Campbell Unleashed. I apologize, I kind of messed up that reveal, that I didn't go back the way that I was going. So that's a great card to have right there. So here's Chase Burns. We won't put him necessarily in plastic just yet. So this is a Tyson Neighbors, right? So this is one of those orange laser prism kind of things, not numbered. And then we got Don Mattingly on the optic. And that's the thing, right? So you're going to get a couple optic cards in here, probably an optic insert, just a regular base optic. You're going to get a Donruss insert. So this is where the Unleashed is coming from. And you'll have things in here like Marvels and different things like that. And another one, this is one of their foil inserts. So you're going to, it does remind me a little bit of Update. You know, when you open those blasters, you would get like 2 yellows. You would get a Let Him Cook or a Mystical or something like that. So, you know, you're going to get guaranteed inserts in here. It's just the matter of you hitting the guy that you want. And each box, and I didn't do a good job of showing you this, each box does have one autograph or mem card. Blaster exclusive silver and gold die cuts, and then whammies. And I wonder if the whammies are like the downtowns, right? You know, that you've seen me chase on the channel here as well. So that's our first pack. Not too bad, folks. Really do. Let's bring this out a little bit. Let's kind of bring this out just a tad, so we can, you know, we can see what we're putting here on the stage. So we're going to put Donruss inserts here. Let's do this. Chase Burns, let's go ahead. You know what? Since he's one of those guys right now, let's put that rated prospect guy in something. And I'm going to go ahead and sleeve up this insert here for the optic. Don't want to take up a lot of time doing that, but again, so Jackson Merrill back there on his 100% card, he's back there giving us some good mojo up front, right? Good mojo. Really liking what I'm seeing so far. So let's Ian Kinsler, already seeing some color back there as well. So that looks like an Austin Wells, Evan Carter. Man, I wonder how he's doing this year. I know he's playing with Texas, and he was a guy last year, and I got a couple of his companion cards and some image variations. So I hope he's having a good year, right? Evan Carter. I know he's down there with Wyatt Langford and stuff. There's Jim Cott, another old timer. Pee Wee Reese, right? So here's a Luis Angel Acuna. I got a lot of his stuff from last year's product. A lot of inserts, fireworks, and different things like that. But I heard that he's back down in the minors again. So hopefully he has a speedy return back up to the big club with the Mets. There's Edgar Martinez, one of the best hitting third basemen of all time for the Mariners. Cliff Lee, pitcher. Chipper, another great hitting third baseman. Ivan Rodriguez, and these are the blue and red. I can't remember if they're called lasers or just, I know they're foil cards. So Owen Casey on the rated prospect. And so now we're getting into our optic stuff. And it looks like I'm going to have a clearly, no, I thought that was a clear card back there. So Jimmy Rollins on the optic. Tommy Troy on the optic. And looks like we're going to have 2 rated prospects of Tink Hintz and Billy Amick. Out of Donruss, last year's Donruss product, I pulled a Tink Hintz auto. I sold that auto before I really kind of knew who he was, and not that it wasn't a big auto, folks. It was, I mean, I think it was just a couple dollar card, but I'm sure that I'll pick up more Tink Hintz autos. Just want to share that I pulled one. So out of Donruss, you're going to, there's a possibility of getting that one, the autograph or the mem, right? And so I've pulled a lot of autographs, even, Jackson Merrill out of this unlicensed product as well. So I got Judge, Bobby Miller, Mariano Rivera, Reggie Jackson, Roger Clemens, the Rocket, right? Hurston Waldrop, and as stuff geeks will say, he's NASCAR driver, Hurston Waldrop. And then we got Jackson Churio. Man, he's tearing it up too. Been trying to grab some of his insert cards. There's James Wood having a great season. Saw a stat where, full season, he's 32 home runs and OPS of like 830 something. So, the kid's doing what he's supposed to be doing. It's great to see. Prince Fielder. Looks like we got something back there. I know I'm not doing the best job in the world, folks, and it looks like we got the mem and like maybe a mem in there, or a jersey card, the Jersey Kings. So Jim Palmer, Baltimore, and then Tommy Sagasi. Look at that. That's just a beautiful card, man. And there's our Jersey Kings back there, James Tibbs. So really, sucking right now at, my reveal stuff and not keeping the suspense. But man, look at that. It looks like a disco card. For you that have opened some I think it's out of Mosaic. They have what they call the discos, and it's got some like really small circles on it. So I don't think this card is numbered. As a matter of fact, it's not numbered, which is kind of a shame because it's a beautiful card. So Thomas Sagasi is, or Sagis, I'll figure out his name and how to pronounce it the way it's supposed to be pronounced. And I'm going to have to get a thick card sleeve for the relic. And this is James Tibbs. So he's probably not familiar with the name. So it looks like he's probably a Giants prospect. But again, I know it's unlicensed product, folks, but that's a beautiful card. Probably just some silly old napkin relic, as they call it. But you know what? I'm here for it. I am. I'm absolutely here for it. So let's see if we can't put James Tibbs over there by the legend Andy Vanslyke 101. You know what I'm saying? So let's put our optics in one spot and our inserts here. Looks like we got a couple more cards. So this is the Milestones by George Brett. Rated prospect of Trey Morgan, and then Kendall George. So, man, I'm telling you, color. You know, I love it. I love it. Looks like we got some more color back there too, boys. I tell you, you know, I do like it. I can't wait. I'm pretty sure that at some point, because it's unlicensed product, it's going to end up in pretty much like all the Donruss stuff does. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective. There's Hurston Kirstead. Man, I wish he would come back. It may end up where I can find this stuff for $9, and I'll be all over it. I'll be all over it. Jake Peavy, Juan Marshall, pulled an autograph of him out of last year's Stadium Club. Deion Sanders, and there's Rhett Lauder with the flowing locks. And so I wanted to come look at this. I know I just spoiled the surprise, but that's our first numbered card. This is Lou Gehrig. 0. This is number 1 out of 49. So it's his first card. It's got a couple dings on the corners, but that's a full card for you, right? You know. So Lou Gehrig. We'll put Lou on the stand back there because it's a numbered card. It's a numbered hit. So let's go back to Rhett Lauder on the rated rookie. See, it's a rated rookie. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's a rookie this year. And so instead of, you know, putting rookie RC or something like that, that's what they're choosing to call it. I'll do some research, folks, and figure that piece out, because it's different than a rated prospect. You see? So rated prospect, rated rookie. And it's also in green here, and it's in blue on this one. So rated rookie is what they've always pretty much had Donruss. If you ever collected Donruss back in the day, back in the 90s, I remember 93. I don't know why 93 sticks out in my head, but so there's Jim Palmer again. And so here's another Donruss insert, and that looks like another rocket. And so that's Manny Ramirez for you Boston guys out there. There's old guy. And so we got a Cam Caminiti turned around. Rated prospect. Braylon Doherty, rated prospect. We got another black. Man, that's a pretty card. Jared Thomas, Colorado. Not sure who he is on the optic. And then the Alex Gordon, outfielder for Kansas City. Familiar with him, but not the Jared Thomas. Don't think that's numbered either, because normally their numbered cards are on the front, but just really pretty cards. So 2 more packs left. This rip is taking a little longer than expected, but it's a reveal, right? Or it's a review, and maybe I didn't do a great job of doing the review part in the beginning, but it takes a little longer, right? So Don Mattingly. So we got Jimmy Rollins. There's Bagwell from the Killer Bees. Comment down below if you remember who the other member of the Killer Bees was. The members. Give me the other player that was most commonly referred to as the Killer Bees with Bagwell, because I think they had a couple guys on that team. But and then if you get that, let me know what his first position was and what he went to. So there's Ricky. So nice card. And so we're going to get another insert back here. It's going to be a blue and red. So we got Michael Young, Mike Piazza, Brooks Lee, and Jim Tomei. So Brooks Lee came up this year. Not really doing a whole lot from what I understand. So let's see who's on the... So we got Ozzie Smith, the Wizard of Oz. Guy would run out to his position and do a backflip. When I was coaching my youngest son, shout out to J Beans 19, when he was playing probably 10-year-old Little League, there was a kid on his team named Jonah that would do the same thing. The kid was supremely athletic. So there's Ozzie. And so we got a turned around of Rhett Lauder. And this is on the optic. So really, Optic is their Chrome cards. I really like their Chrome cards. So we got another Bobby Witt. That's a nice little orange laser parallel. Looks like we got another Unleashed on the back of Kumar Rocker. Rookie card, Kumar Rocker. Put him here on the inserts. And then there are two rated prospect at the end for Donruss's Bryce Elridge and Frankie Arias. Picked up a couple Frankie Arias cards out of Bowman 25 this year. I think he's a Red Sox guy. I always confuse this card with Roman Anthony, which is, I apologize, old guy. So Buster Posey, Tony Perez. There's Junior Camaneros heating up. He didn't do so well in the beginning of the season, but man, he's smoking the ball lately. I think he's kind of leading the. I did see a stat where he's got one of the highest batting averages or OPS or something like that, most home runs in the last, several months. And so, been trying to find some of his rookie stuff from last year. That 24 rookie class was something else. There's the kid for you guys out there. Randy Johnson, the big unit. Albert Pujols. Spencer Arrighetti. Got a nice Donruss or select out of 25 autograph for him. Hope he turns out. There's the Iron Man, Cal Ripken. Another Rocket card. Chase Dollander. I know he's a pitcher with the Colorado Rockies. Not sure if he's up with the club. There's Deion Sanders on the Optic, and we're going to have another, looks like a black Optic of Johnny Mize. And that's that kind of disco-looking color. Got the circles on it, not numbered. And we got maybe a Marvel card turned around back there. Let's see what we got here. Nope, it's a Paul Skeens. Holy cow. That's that Elite Series. I think I remember some of these Donruss Elite Series cards from way back when. So it's Paul Skeens, and you know that we're big Skeens folks around here on the channel. So we're going to put some plastic on Mr. Skeens there. Kind of set him up here in front because, not to take any shine away from Andy and Jackson, but okay. I'm looking in the camera now. I can see that I got some room. Let's put him over here on the side. All right. Don't want to get beat up too bad. Oh, hey, old guy. There's your boy, Roman Anthony. So we'll put him over here. Actually, let's do this. Let's put Roman down here so we can have him on the preview at the end. So that's the first box, folks. And I know that took a little longer. Again, I'm not only am I reviewing this product for you guys, but I'm reviewing it for myself. It's the first time I'm looking at it, seeing it. Sorry, I brought the camera. So we'll go a little bit faster through this next product, or next several packs, and as I throw them around. But stage is looking pretty good, folks. Got some PC stuff, right? Some PC hits and some rookie hits. There's Mike Schmidt, the kid, Randy, Albert Pujols, Arrighetti again, Cal Ripken. There's Thomas Sagasi again. So JC, I apologize if I'm murdering his name right now. Haven't seen him play. I've watched, tried to catch him, so want to see how the announcer says his name. There's Johnny Mize, and we're starting to get into our inserts again. There's Bucky Dent. So our red and blue Donruss insert is going to be Pablo Sandoval and Tekoa Roby. Not sure. And our Optic is going to be Jim Tomei and Leo DeVries. I know he's up with the club doing some good things. There's James Tibbs on the rated prospect. And Griff O'Farrell. Not familiar. That's the first time I've heard that name. It's kind of like, this does remind me of the Donruss product, right? You start to see some people that like, man, I've never heard that name before. So the Big Hurt, Connor Norby, Zebby Matthews, Tony Oliva, Will the Thrill, Kobe Mayo, Johnny Bench. The company that I work for, he's at a lot of their celebrity golf tournaments and stuff like that. Never met him, but yeah, Johnny Bench. A-Rod. There's Paul Skeens. And you know what we do to Paul Skeens on this channel. It's little, it looks, I thought it was a little center, off center. And you know, and it's very apparent, this, right? Unlicensed product, right? You see him, he's coming straight at you, pitching. He's got the yellow jersey, no P on the hat, no way to kind of tell who he is or who he plays for. And that's a big detractor for some people when it comes to opening this product. I think I remember one person that said, maybe it's Step in the Box, said it looks like they're softball players. So Jackson Churio on the Rocket card, turned around optics, and there's a milestone card back there. So that's James Triantos and Michael Young, not numbered on the optic. Tom Seaver on the milestones card insert, Donruss, and rated prospect of Jet Williams and Drew Gilbert. I think he's up with the big club, or he did come up, and I think he's back down at minor league. Can't remember exactly. Did have why I bring him up is I did have a PSA 9 that I got I won as a from a channel subscriber giveaway. And look at there's some color back there. It's probably the mem card, so no auto. And I haven't opened much Drew Gilbert. So Jake Bloss, Terry Francona, Colt Keith. Not heard much about him. Jairo Iriarte, Jim Leland, the GOAT manager. Used to manage my Pirates back in the day with Andy Vanslyke and Bobby Bowe, which a couple of days ago was Bobby Bowe Day. And there's Carlos Beltran. Nick York, third baseman for Pirates, or he was a short-lived at third base. Now he's at second base. Mike Piazza, and then we got a Spencer Arrighetti on the black, and then our Jersey Kings is Rhett Lauder. Again, very nice cards, guys. I mean, very thick cards. I don't know why I'm sleeving the Spencer. Definitely know why I'm sleeving the Relic, right? Because, and the one thing I guess I don't like about the Relic out of here, a lot of them are their foil. And so first time I opened Donruss last year, and some of you have heard the story, is I pulled a Paul Skeens Relic that had a jacked up corner because it's that foil. And you know, if you can kind of appreciate it a little bit there, maybe. So that's some QC issues. So here's a Marvel insert of Aiden Miller, a Diamond Marvel. Don't think that's numbered. It doesn't look too special. It's red, so I was thinking it's a red parallel. I don't know that it is. It may be. I'll just go ahead and put them in a sleeve. All my cards get sleeved anyway. So, and our last rated prospect cards are Bryce Cunningham, Jared Thomas again. So 3 packs left, folks, in this review of Donruss. Probably going to see some more of this on the channel, just because I do like opening it, and I do have maybe do a couple battles, especially if they come out with megas. I do have a mega and a blaster of last year left, so probably try to do something. I was going to say creative, but that's not that creative. Andrew Jones and Dylan Cruz. Pablo Sandoval again. Nick York. Miguel Tejada. Ivan Rodriguez. And Nick Kurtz. There you go, Vegas. Nick Kurtz on the rocket ship card. Ricky on the optic. John Smoltz. Looks like we're going to get a bomb squad back here. So we'll go ahead and pull out our 2 prospects. See who the bomb squad is. Braylon Payne and Rentaro Sasaki. And let's see who our bomb squad is. It's going to be Alex Rodriguez. It's funny. I've gotten a bomb squad from last year of Alex Rodriguez. It just so happened to be numbered last year. This one's not numbered. So yeah, you can get parallels in these, where they're numbered inserts, or they're red or something like that. So it's not a bad bomb squad. So Prince Fielder, Ozzie Smith, Nolan Ryan, Craig Biggio, John Lawler, Catfish Hunter. Just recently picked up was going through some of my stuff and found out that I had an old auto Catfish Hunter. It must have been a signing. I don't know where I picked it up, to be honest with you. It must have been from when I first started collecting cards back late 80s, early 90s, because it even had it was in a one-touch, and it had a certificate of authenticity in the back of it. So here's our Donruss foil, Miguel Tejada, sorry. Turned around optic, and then we got another Elite Series back there. It's Yadier Molina. And here's Doc Gooden on that orange laser. It is not numbered. Our rated prospects at the very end is Chase DeLauder and Tekoa Roby. Last pack, folks. Last pack. My first rip back. A little rusty. Got a lot of things on the stage. So we didn't get any autos out of here. We got 2 jersey cards. So it's Andrew Walters, Tim Hudson. And if you stay with me this long, David Ortiz, please consider giving me a like and subscribe. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. But like and comment down below. Also want to give a shout out to, my kid, J Beans 19. I'd appreciate if you guys showed him some love. Go over and subscribe to his channel. There's Willie Stargell for my Pirates. Darren Baker, Dusty's boy. That's right. Everybody keeps saying it's Dusty's son. Every time I see rips, everybody says the same thing. So there's something back there. I don't know what that is. And last pack. There's Bobby Witt, Dwight Gooden, Jason Arrieta, Jace Young, James Wood on the rocket ship parallel. That's a nice little parallel to have. I'll set that down, and then we got a turned around optic. I think that's going to be hiding our special card that I don't know anything about. So where to put him over here. So optic turned around is Jeff Bagwell. And then we got a Cal Ripken on the optic. So let's see what this card here is. Oh, it's a Marvel's Travis Bazzana. And that's a different color variation there. Doesn't look numbered, folks. Maybe that's just a base. But, you know, a lot of times with, you know, I was kind of getting it confused a little bit. If you look at Select, they got zebras in there. And so should have known because it's not a foil or anything like that. But that's a pretty card. I do like the Marvels. Probably one of my favorite. Well, Bomb Squad's probably my favorite insert. So there's Cal, Marvel of Travis Bazzana. And our last two cards is Walter Janek and Owen Casey. So that's our rip, folks. So lots of parallels you'll get in here. Marvel's Elite Series, different colored cards, tons of stuff. Just out of two blasters. There's another Marvel's right there. So got some good names, right? There's an Unleashed. But the first Unleashed we got was a Christian Campbell. You know, for Boston. There you go, old guy. And again, we're going to get these Optic. And so Optic used to be its own set, but now it's kind of a subset. So here's your Optic inserts. There's a Jersey King over there. We'll put that back over there. And so really like the black bordered ones with the little circles and stuff like that. So the Optics are their chrome cards, right? So a bunch of Optics in here. And so our hits kind of are kind of spread out. So 2 jersey cards, no autos in this rip. So looks like only 1 number card. That's unfortunate. So we'll leave the rest of those guys back there because they came. So we got Elite Series Paul Skeens and just another base Paul Skeens. Our numbered card is a Lou Gehrig, number 1 out of 49. He's a kid that's going good, did great things with the club right now. So sleeved him up. There's James Wood as well on the Rocket. And the 2 jerseys, probably, you know, 3 hits out of the whole thing. The number card, the Gehrig, and this is the James Tibbs the third, or just, yeah, and then a Rhett Lauder. So the relics aren't the greatest. I mean, they're pretty thick, and they're, you know, I've gotten some that's got some pinstripes on them and stuff like that. But again, the design is really good. The color is really good. So, you know, you're going to get a pretty good effort out of Donruss when it comes to those things. So that's our rip for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, you'll see more of this on the channel to come. It's not a bad rip, guys. I'd recommend getting these cards. Again, it's unlicensed product. It's going to be, you know, low end, not a lot of value unless you're hitting big name autos like Cheerio or Merrill or something. And those guys are in here, right? Skeens, if you hit those autos, which again, I'm not sure if I think they do have autos in here. I know Skeens does. So yeah. So that's our Donruss rip. Really appreciate you guys, you know, staying with me for this long. I really appreciate all the support that's out there. Folks asking, hey, where are you and stuff like that. And I'm back, and we'll give a shout out because I'm going to do an Independence Day rip coming up for tomorrow, and I'm going to rip open flagship product until I get an Independence Day. Now, you guys saw me on the Father's Day do that, and I did hit the Father's Day parallels, and I was really excited about that. So stay tuned for that coming up tomorrow. So until next time, Vanslyke fan out.